Brother, I'm going, wanna wow Hulk Hogan. If I like get some moment, I'll make sure it's an explosion. Cause lately I've been seeing stars, trying to kick out on this joy cord. But it's no holds barred, middle fingers like I'm Stone Cold.
What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Slap and Meat Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, WeTooDeep. That's my co-host, DJWAVYD. We got a big show for you all. Big show. We're getting back in. Let's do some housekeeping real quick. As always, merch link for the WWE shop. Use our affiliate link. It's in the description. First link in that description. Any of your merchandise that you buy from WWE through that link, we get a small percentage. Next big thing is I think it's 2 weeks from tonight, October the 1st. Me and WavyD will be live at around 8 p.m. to live stream NXT debut on the CW. We got Punk, we got Miz on that show. It's just going to be star-studded. And so it has that PLE feel. I think every match is going to be a title match. And so we'll be live streaming that. That'll be a big thing. Tune in for that. Tell all your friends. Share that around. But with that, let's dive into Let's Get Cooking. And for the first time in a while, we're doing a new type of Let's Get Cooking, a new topic here. So the rumor is that Def Rebel, the shitty music makers we have now, that they're not being re-signed. Their contract's done. And so the Let's Get Cooking here is pick 3 WWE superstars and what mainstream or what song would you use that's not affiliated with the WWE for that wrestler. It doesn't have to be like top of the charts. It could be some underground artist that no one's ever heard of if that's your type of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna let you do your 3 first, then I'll do mine.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the superstar I would give it to, but I do have a great song. So I think you take the instrumental from Holes, digging up them holes, digging up them holes. That's how I'm thinking. You take like the instrumental, but you take the intro because the voice at the start is kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Like the old man talking at the start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Holes. I'm thinking you get something like if he was actually like a good wrestler and he was in, saying you get like Heyman Adam Page maybe if he was a good wrestler, or maybe like a hip hop like cowboy almost, or like maybe like an AJ Styles kind of thing, because his new theme is kind of trash. I like his phenomenal one better. Like you don't want no, they don't want. I like that one better. Let's see. The Street Profits have a pretty good theme song. I probably wouldn't touch theirs.
Right.
Shoot, I need another minute. You got where are yours? I need another minute.
Is it my first? All right, I'll go ahead and do mine. So I'm gonna take the easy one out of the way for everybody, and we're gonna do "Yeah" by Lil Jon and give that to LA Knight. We're just gonna go ahead and get that one out of the way. I think that's the easiest of all of them. It still kind of fits LA Knight's vibe of his current music because he has that sort of Tupac, like West Coast vibe. Granted, Lil Jon's, Deep South rap, a little bit different, but still, having the whole crowd chant "Yeah" a million times. It works. Number 2 is where we get a little bit, you gotta be in the mood for this band. It's a band named Dropkick Murphys. If you don't like, like Celtic, like bagpipes in your music, like this is think like pop punk, heavy metal, and then bagpipes. That's what this is. Dropkick Murphys. Okay. It's from Boston. It's a band from Boston that I listen to. They have a song called "The Warrior's Code." Now I was conflicted between who I would give it to. I was thinking McIntyre at first. I don't want to touch McIntyre. I'm gonna give it to Gallus. Gallus from NXT. I like their current song, but this song, if y'all haven't, it just Gallus is three guys who just like to fight and then go to the pub when they're done and have a drink. That's what this song basically represents. So Gallus will have the Warriors Code by Dropkick Murphys, and then we're gonna do American Made, the new tag team here, new faction. We're gonna do Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. I think that works very well for that group. Hopefully that gave you enough time.
Yeah.
All
right. So I got a team that you probably didn't think about. You know what I'm saying? They're a lot of people don't think about these guys. They're an NXT team.
Okay.
All right. Get Out the Mud. Okay.
Okay.
So we bring Get Out the Mud to the main roster. Okay.
Okay.
And what better theme to give them than DNA by Kendrick Lamar?
Okay. I like that.
It's on my DNA. I got my DNA. You know what I'm saying? It's energetic. It's it's hip hoppy, but still mainstream. It's not I mean I know they're a little more underground, so maybe you want to go more of an underground rap way with them. Okay, they are out the mud, out the dirt. And then my last song, I'm trying to figure out what superstar to give it to. But Carnival by Kanye West.
Okay.
Oh, it's one of his newer songs. It's like it goes like, oh, wait. Go. No, she ain't on the road. She ride it like Carnival. Go. It's like oh. Like I can imagine it like especially like at WrestleMania when you bring like a live court or like a live band to do this, almost like on some Roman Reigns type shit. Let's say you get to a big star like that. I can see maybe like a Seth Rollins one-off appearance, one-off theme. It has a whoa. You could kind of tie his whoa to that shit. And then what's a greater presence on stage than Seth Rollins peacocking it and then whatever Kanye West is wearing? Imagine the fucking imagery.
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, this cooking was a little hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm not as musically inclined. Say my music taste is a lot of hip hop, but especially like a lot of like mainstream hip hop, like a lot of Drake, Tory Lanez. I like a lot of like melodic stuff, and like melodic and like wrestling don't really go hand in hand.
Right. Completely understand. Now this whole idea was brought in because Meg Thee Stallion is now the intro to SmackDown. At first, I didn't I thought it was her, but I was like, "There's no way they got her to do the song." And then they announced it. I was like, "Holy shit, nice! I like that." Like, and everyone fucking started complaining because apparently the IWC thinks the only thing that can be a wrestling intro is if it's rock or heavy metal, and they just got to understand that's not the viewership of WWE no more. We've sort of branched out into a more, I think culture has sort of moved out to more hip hop based everything. But yeah, it was difficult for me too, because I'm sort of like you. The hip hop that I listen to, probably no one's ever heard of. It's probably the most mainstream that I would listen to is Dax. I don't know if you know Dax. I'm assuming.
I know Dax. Yeah.
But I don't listen to a lot of the popular stuff in hip hop, unless WavyD be playing it or saying or any of that stuff. Or if it's on TikTok, I'll listen to it every now and then. But yeah, most of my stuff is that I listen to. Be honest, I'm from the South. It's country, and there's not a single person. Maybe AJ Styles they'd be the only person I would give a country theme to, and even then, it would be like even AJ Styles has always had hip hop as like his TNA theme song was a banger.
Yeah,
facts. So maybe we get some like Morgan Wallen, Lil Durk, Broadway girls or AJ Styles.
Okay.
But outside of that, I don't know what any other country that I would put on the roster.
As far as the new SmackDown intro video, I gotta say, at first I was like, okay, it's just pretty dope. And then I went back and watched it a second or third time just by itself, and I was like, I think I like the video more than I like the song. I like the video and the graphics.
The song is odd. I will say the song's not the best, but I think this idea that the IWC is pushing online that like hip hop can't get you excited for wrestling is just insane.
I think a big problem is that this is what makes Stallions like throwaway songs,
right?
And the reason I think it kind of got picked and pushed is because it's Meg Stallion featuring BTS.
Yeah.
So like that song was not cheap to make because these are two like big artists because BTS is like a worldwide like where they Asian pop band or something. Asian pop.
They're K-pop, yeah.
Yeah, K-pop, yeah. So like this was like an expensive record to make. And it wasn't getting too much, US play.
Mm-hmm.
That was hearing the song. So it was definitely like a throwaway off of her kind of like new stuff that she's putting out. So
right, and it was also it was just released as like 11 days ago, so it was like a week old. Which brought me to my point that I made last week when everyone was complaining about it. I think WWE, if they're going to allow these artists to be the intro, I think we might just end up having like random studio tracks that people want to pay WWE to promote as the intro week in and week. We may have a different intro every week. I don't think that's the best way to do it, but these studios do, like in the music industry, they do like to pay companies to promote their stuff that they want to be popular. And of course, like you said, it's the biggest K-pop artist and one of the bigger hip hop artists in America right now making a song together. They want this thing to succeed. So yeah, that's where that comes from. Speaking of SmackDown, first SmackDown on USA, what were your overall thoughts?
First SmackDown on USA?
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, I think I had to watch the highlights because I think I was at work for SmackDown.
Yeah.
I had to watch the highlights. And so Cody and Solo had the steel cage match.
Right.
I did watch the full match because they upload the full match to WWE's YouTube page. Go look through that. It was a really good steel cage match. It was really freaking good. I liked how Roman came down and looked like a boss when they tried to trap Cody in the cage, and Roman was like, "Yo, you're trapped with me in the cage now." And, he was putting in some work. And then throughout the night, Cody and Roman were like, Nick was like, "You guys try to have a tag team match at Bad Blood." Cody was like, "Nah, I'm not trying to be involved in the bloodline stuff anymore. I'm trying to move on."
Right.
Just to be like, yeah, give me the contract at the end of the night. I got you.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, all right. And then we got, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade for the fifth time. So I think Carmelo Hayes should win over, but it makes sense because they don't want to make the AEW guys unhappy. So, you got to put Andrade over to make, to appeal to the other guys that you're going to try to cherry pick. And
you also got to figure he married into Charlotte's family, so you got to keep Charlotte happy.
True. The women's title picture is like, I'm waiting for the title change.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for what's next. I appreciate Nia. She did the best work of her career this run. It's just time for a new champion.
Right.
And it was a good SmackDown for, to be on USA, a first good SmackDown. We definitely need to get Cody out of this bloodline story. But, we need to get him some people to face.
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
Yeah. So Roman does come back. And that's basically like my only point, major point, plot point of the night. Of course, now Andrade gets a U.S. title match. That's fine. Tiffy and Nia, we're just waiting for that turn to happen. That's all we're waiting on. And so everyone else is sort of just in holding until that happens. Ultimately, I believe to bring in Charlotte, and so everyone else is just going to be in holding again. I think Bayley and Naomi are partnering now.
Yep, and loser leaves SmackDown, I think.
Yeah, on on this Friday, basically the stipulation is it's Nia and Tiffy versus Naomi and Bayley. If one of them lose, or if Bayley and Naomi's team loses, whoever took the pin has to leave SmackDown. If they win, whoever got the pin is, I guess, gets a title opportunity.
Okay.
And we all know that Bayley and Naomi are going to win. I'm assuming Tiffy's going to be the one that takes the pin that sets up Nia to start yelling at her, which causes Tiffy to cash in. So that's where I believe that leads. Roman's really the big thing for the night. We were sort of maybe rumored for The Rock, but I kind of figured it. You know, Rock does a lot of promotion for his shit. You sort of almost can guarantee he's going to be there. And I don't know if a random Friday is the best place to bring them in.
I mean, it wasn't a random. It was the first night of SmackDown on USA.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I just don't think we need it. I think what happened is a lot of us overhyped it, so now that's why we feel so disappointed by it. It was your typical SmackDown.
I see. One thing SmackDown was missing was, this guy.
Logan Paul?
SmackDown was missing Logan Paul. Shout out to Prime, Cherry Freeze, get you some. You know what I'm saying? Not sponsored or affiliated. But, we could be. Logan Paul, hit me up.
Right. Hit us up. But yeah. But the biggest thing, I think what got the biggest pop of the night, which is crazy, is Kevin Owens had a special partner. Unknown partner. He comes to the ring. They did this pretty well. We kind of all figured it would be Randy Orton. Pretty obvious. So he comes down. Kevin Owens basically says, my guy I chose ran into traffic or he had travel issues. So I'm going to introduce to you Ricky. Now, Ricky's this jobber, this local guy. I don't want to use a jobber because this dude, he's probably the most over dude in WWE right now.
He's going to be on AEW in a month, right? Or next month or something like that?
It's not on AEW. It's a local, I think it's called West Coast Wrestling or something like that. It's actually partnered with a company here in North Carolina called Dead Pro Wrestling, which is where Javon Evans came from. But yeah,
isn't that where Chris Danger is doing some matches?
I think so. They're actually running a big show here in Charlotte in a couple of weeks. FTR is going to be here. Kenta is going to be here.
Hey, which one? Because I know Chris Danger. It's DPW, right? Is that what
DPW.
Okay, yeah. So Chris Danger is in DPW, and he was supposed to be in a feud with Adam Cole, but Adam Cole's been injured forever, so Chris Danger hasn't really been able to wrestle his big match.
But FTR is going to be fighting. I forgot what Ricky's tag team is called, Summer Nights or something like that.
Heat something.
Something like that. But Ricky came out and he's the partner. Then random tech lady with the headset on said, "Hey, your partner's here," and it's Randy. Owen stuns him back in the middle of the ring, stuns Ricky, which now all the IWC wants justice for Ricky.
Facts.
We got our next James Ellsworth here.
I've been telling you.
And that's why my first question for a Raw review is, where the fuck was Ricky?
He was backstage. He took a picture of Adam Pearce.
He was backstage, and we were in his hometown of Portland. Where the fuck was Ricky? You could have easily slid him in the show. He could have come and made the save for Sonya or something as a little, I don't know, because James Ellsworth was that little comedy gimmick where he ran around with Carmella. He sort of was trying to kiss up to her. I think it could have been funny if he tried to kiss up to Sonya Deville and she's like, "No, we don't want you."
Oh, because no man can have us,
right?
Or take us home,
right?
But Ricky can.
But Ricky can't. But Ricky's my dude. Where the fuck was Ricky? We want Ricky. Ricky better be there on Friday.
He could have at least been a security guard or something.
Right. He had all the. You stop putting Jason Jordan in places where he has to take bumps, and put Ricky as an agent to break up Bron Breakker, or not Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. which was
he could have been in the middle of that.
Right.
Say Ricky was in the golf cart and he ripped out the golf cart.
Right.
And
or he could have been he could have been the fan they threw at him.
Oh yeah. Yo, I'm at say a little callback to Boys in the Hood. Just someone yelled out, Ricky.
But with that, the next thing about Raw I want to talk about is the Wyatts real quick. Because they got QR codes happening again. And I don't know about you, but I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm not scanning a QR code. I'm waiting 30 minutes after they air it. I'm going to Twitter, and then I'm going to just click the link. I'm going to let everyone else do the research. Yeah, I don't know. Who do you think? Did you see any of the stuff? Oh, shit. There we go. We got him back. You got me now? All right. Yeah, the Wyatts here got these QR codes again.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but I'm not scanning these motherfuckers. I'm tired of this shit. I don't know what they want me to do. I'm tired of it. Are you still into the Wyatts?
I just got howdied for a second. Oh my god!
I thought you were being possessed over there.
I had the mean sneeze. I had to mute my mic. I was like, I chew. Nah. I mean, the howdies or whatever, So I like the street fight. It was cool. I missed the American Made promo because I was like in between that and football. So I missed I guess it was like a little 30-second video. I missed it.
Yeah, I'll explain it in a minute.
But as far as the howdies and the White Six, I mean, I'm at the same point I was before. Like, I'm just, if they're there, they're there. Just don't, interfere with superstars that I like.
Right.
Don't interfere in my guys.
So the video on the QR code, it basically was just some dude playing WWE.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nerdy D thought it may have been like the Judgment Day. I think this could be Xavier Woods.
Oh, it makes sense for either or.
It could be either or. Though speaking of that, we'll talk about Xavier real quick. It looks like he may be turning, but I saw something else today that this may be like him getting frustrated, and that's how they insert Big E back on camera to bring peace between the two.
They could. I'm trying to see them split up, bro.
I think. I mean, they've been 10, 11 years. I think we need to. This has been a match in the making for 10 years. So
have Xavier versus Kofi, have them fight, and then you bring Big E in afterwards.
Right, absolutely.
If anything, you have Big E be like a special enforcer, or like, I don't know. He gets kind of get caught in the middle, and then maybe a special guest referee or something. I don't know. I think you do Xavier versus Kofi, and then at the end, Big E comes out after the match, and they all hug it out or whatever. So some emotional stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We have, of course, we talked a little bit about Bronson Reed. This dude's being booked. Like, I kind of like this segment because it made both monsters feel like monsters. It kind of reminded me of, I don't know, did you watch the episode of AEW where they wrote Samoa Joe off TV?
Oh, like when they put him on the thing and drove him through the plywood?
Yeah,
I mean,
this felt a little bit like this.
But better.
That
angle was trash. People try to say that angle was good, the Samoa Joe one. That jump was trash.
Yeah, it was trash. But yeah, American Made. So basically their little promo was them on it reminded me of that DX tank. It was just a little Humvee type thing. And they came out and said, no one can kill Chad Gable. No one can kill American Made. We're here. We're, all the Americana stuff, all of that. And I don't exactly remember everything they said, but essentially they buried the Wyatt Six. To me, the Wyatt Six are buried. Like, you beat them in the street fight, and then they come back and say, you can't kill us. I don't know. To me, it just makes everything the Wyatt Six have done the last 6 weeks kind of useless. But I'm just happy Chad Gable and them are out of this. Now we can get a fresh start with this new team, and maybe we can get American made as tag champions in the near future, hopefully.
Just know that the next step for the Wyatt Six, it might not be the very next step, but the step after that, at least, they're going for the women's tag team titles.
You think so?
Yeah, Alexa Bliss coming back, her and Nikki Cross. You know what I'm saying? They got chemistry. They're also former champs together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can see some good segments between them and Bianca and Jade. You remember when who was it? It was Bianca and Alexa did like the scary movie 2 fight scene.
Yeah.
Just like her and Nikki Cross doing kind of like some of the similar. I don't know. I can see Bianca like playing like a good role and like kind of like doing like some like the I don't know, like the black character from the scary movies who like has logic,
Right.
It's like yeah, we're not gonna walk down this dark hallway,
Right.
that's lit up with white symbols. We're gonna go this way, like
Right.
almost like some Kevin Owens shit.
Right. I'm assuming you're mentioning that because their logo was behind them during the Smackdown promo. Let's see, where are we at? CM Punk, he started the show. Let's talk about him. What do you feel about his promo?
Amazing promo. All right, y'all were hating on it.
Bro, this bro was crying like a little bitch. This man was crying.
He had emotion.
This man was crying like a little bitch. Hey, here's the thing about me.
He had thug tears. He wasn't crying.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna be consistent. I don't like Cody Rhodes crying in his promos. Ain't no crying here, man. There's no reason to cry.
He wasn't crying. It was a thug tear. Right?
Nah.
Little watery eyes. He wasn't crying. He was a little watery eye because he had emotion. He had a deep talk with his sisters and his wife. All right, and they're like, "Yo, don't go into that fight. It might be your last fight. This guy's a freaking lunatic. He's a psycho." He's like, "Yo, I hear what you're saying, but I gotta do it. I gotta put an end to this. I gotta put a rest to it. Put it to bed." And he's ready to risk the rest of his career for this match. All right, this is gonna be like this type of promo that sells you on a pay-per-view. Okay, it sells you on spending that $60 back in the day. Okay, or $30. All right.
I would just wish I can get both of them in the arena at the same time. Because Punk, McIntyre is coming back next week, but Punk probably won't be there. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the Judgment Day. They really ain't do much this Judgment Day. Terror Twins. Dom and Priest had a match. Didn't really care about it, to be honest with you.
I was watching the end of the Eagles game when that happened.
Yeah, it was all right. It was a match. It happened, but I don't know. I'm getting a little. I like the new Judgment Day. I'm not a big fan of the Terror Twins now. I've lost interest in them.
That's good. We need to see Rhea in a match on TV. Like I know she's like selling this injured leg or whatever, but it's like I need to see y'all wrestle at regular TV besides pay-per-views. Like Rhea's turning into like just a strictly PLE kind of wrestler, which you gotta save your big stars for the PLEs. But even Cody wrestles on TV.
Cody wrestles everywhere.
That's what I was saying. Like even like Damian Priest wrestles on TV.
Right.
Seth Rollins wrestles on TV. Bianca wrestles on TV. Becky wrestles on TV. Like they're really trying to save Rhea, and I don't know if she's actually like still like kind of fighting off some injuries and really trying to heal. But she's getting involved in like fights every week.
Right. I think a lot more of that is they just don't want to expose Liv Morgan, and I don't think they have anyone else to throw at Rhea Ripley. I don't know how many not necessarily squash matches, but like dominant performances we need from Rhea to believe she could beat Liv Morgan, because everyone knows she's going to beat Liv Morgan.
Bring up like Ariana Grace or something, and have her like be like I know she's doing the TNA NXT liaison, but have her come up to Raw for a night or something, and like talk to Adam Pearce about some like something going on between CM Punk coming down to NXT, working out some final details on behalf of Ava, right? And, Rhea comes in to talk to Pearce And Ariana's like, excuse me, we're in the middle of a conversation right now. And then Rhea's like, bloody hell, you can't get out of my way, or something like that. And Ariana's like, I don't take too kindly to those words. And then she's like, well, guess what? If you don't like it, do something about it. And guess what? You have her like, you showcase Ariana in like a little 5-minute match or something. Get Rhea some action. Get her on TV. Yo, Triple H, book me, bro.
I mean, theoretically, let's throw Bron Breakker's girlfriend out there. Izzy Dame's been backstage. Sol Ruka was backstage on Monday. She was also at the TNA taping.
Get Liv Morgan in the ear of some of these NXT girls and try, throw some barriers in between her and Rhea Ripley.
I feel you. You mentioned Bianca. I just got a question. I don't care that she lost, but why is she losing clean? I don't. Okay. I get it. It's supposed to set up that the champion's been beaten. Now they can get a tag match.
Yeah, it was a singles match, not a tag match. She's currently a tag team superstar.
I don't know. I just don't like seeing.
Let's not act like she lost clean to like Maxine Dupree. She lost to a former women's champion who held a title more recently than her, if we're being honest.
Look, you can like EO all you want, my dude. That's not going to fix the fact that your number one women's superstar on the roster, the best women's wrestler on the planet, is losing in mid-card matches.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't EO beat Bianca for the title?
Probably. I don't remember.
If I'm not mistaken. So like, why is it out of the realm of possibility that Bianca can't lose a match to EO on a given Monday?
I just don't like the number one women's wrestler on the planet losing mid-card matches clean.
We're not Google that. We're not Google.
Our researcher over here. While he looks that up, we're going to talk about my man Kaiser. They listened to me and they had Kaiser do the promos this week.
It was all right.
Nah, dog. You're not going to do my man Kaiser like that. This was great. It sold me on this match. It got me interested again in this feud. Because now Sami's trying to do what he always does and lie about Kaiser to Gunther, trying to put a wedge between them like he always does because Sami's a little snake. And so now we may be teasing like a Kaiser Gunther split. That's not going to happen. I don't believe. But Sami's trying to cause division again, like he tried with the bloodline. But speaking of that bloodline, we let's go ahead and talk about this man, Jey Uso.
Real quick. My fact check was correct. Io Sky did beat Bianca Belair for the title at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So let's not act like Io's some slump. You know what I'm saying? She's the leader of Damage Control.
It's only because the real leader's hurt again.
No. So. Your communicator is hurt. Your translator is hurt. The leader is the girl who won a title in that group. All right.
I don't know if you remember or not, but Dakota held the title, the tag titles.
The tag titles, not the WWE Women's Championship.
That's
the same title
that's because she was loyal to Bayley.
The same title that the greats have held, like Trish Stratus, okay,
right?
Or Lita.
Right. That's because she was
Becky Lynch.
That's because Dakota was loyal to Bayley, unlike Io. There's no loyalty here, man.
Dakota was not loyal to Bayley. She turned on Bayley.
Eventually, because Io threatened her. I'm sure there's some backstage politics going on there, but
no, Dakota was hurt, and then when she came back, she turned on Bayley.
Right, but I'm sure she didn't really want to turn. I'm sure Io tried to like say, hey, we gonna hurt you again. I don't trust Io, man.
I'm just saying the Dakota turned first chance she got. She came out to pretend like she was gonna help Bayley. And then turn around and smacked her with a crutch.
It is what it is sometimes. Bayley was out of the way.
You skipped over Jey Uso as a simp.
Yeah. We getting to Jey. We about to talk to this man.
I'll say he's not a simp. He's a rizzer. He's a rizzler.
Nah, okay? My man Jey Uso. Let me set this up for a minute. We had this man Jey Uso 2 years ago, part of the greatest tag team of all time. Part of the greatest tag team reign of all time. And now, forward 2 years, this man's losing every title match in a solo run he's ever had. This man's now been delegated to being R-Truth and then delegated to kiss ass and brown nosing Rhea Ripley trying to get Dom sloppy seconds. I mean, at this point, I don't see any reason to cheer for Jey Uso. Like, this dude better go back to Roman and beg for forgiveness.
So let's not act like Jey Uso during his title matches didn't get interfered on like 3 or 4 times out of 6 matches.
It is what it is. If he
Jimmy,
had a bloodline,
Jimmy Uso cost him twice.
If he had a bloodline around, if he didn't betray his brothers, he wouldn't have been interfered with. He would have had a bloodline around him to protect him.
If he was with his brothers, he wouldn't even get a chance at a singles title.
I'm just saying, this man Jey, he chose this, and I don't feel bad that he keeps losing, especially when he gets his ass kicked by Bron Breakker next week.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, we can't blame Jey Uso for trying to get with the Baddie of the Night. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Rhea win Baddie?
No, Jade won. Jade won.
Oh, Jade won?
Yeah. Wavy D stepped, or Nerdy D stepped in and solidified. Yeah.
Interfered. Gotcha. Rigged. Got you.
No. See, because the problem is, let's talk about this for a minute. Yeah, that list, man. I don't know. I don't know what was going through your head. But Rhea Ripley over Bianca, I can understand that one. But Sam Irvin over Bianca.
Okay, we're not gonna act like Sam didn't have a beautiful dress on.
Okay, her dress was beautiful. That's great. But it's Bianca.
Okay, it wasn't Bianca's best night.
But her Bianca, Nerdy D said this last night. Bianca's worst night is better than Sam. Normal.
Okay, so are we saying that we're going to give Bianca the title every single week?
Absolutely, I would.
For doing the bare minimum?
Absolutely. Bianca, and then, speaking of bare minimum, you said that my girl Lyra did the bare minimum. Lyra looked good.
Definitely.
Lyra looked good last night. Looked good last night. Y'all just don't like simplicity.
She looked better tonight at NXT than she did on Raw.
Yeah, but you just don't like, because she had to be simple, man. She had to get on a plane after this.
Simple. I couldn't tell the difference between her and the person in the first row. She was looking like an audience member out there. She didn't look like a superstar. Okay. Also, we're not gonna act like, because also if I didn't make the list the way I did, your girl Kathy Kelly wouldn't have a chance last night. All right, I campaign for you. I try to make sure everybody got a little bit of a say. You know what I'm saying?
I would have rather Bianca over Kathy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I threw Kathy Kelly in there for you. Rhea Ripley had a better night compared to.
I'll just say this. When it comes to Baddie of the Night on Monday night, if Kathy Kelly on the screen, I'm a campaign for her. If Bianca's on the screen, I'm campaigning for her. And if Maxine on the screen, I'm definitely campaigning for her.
Also, we're not gonna act like Liv Morgan didn't have the internet in a frenzy for 2 months, and now guess what? After being on my Baddie of the List week for like 2-3 weeks in a row, she hasn't touched the list in like a month.
Yeah, like I said, I've been saying this for like 8 weeks now. There's eight Liv Morgans at any bar at any given time. She ain't nothing special.
You wasn't saying that. You wasn't saying that a month ago when she was doing 360s in the crowd. All I'm saying is, if Bianca gonna come out and not her top attire, guess what? And other superstars show out that night, Bianca might miss the list.
There's some blasphemy.
Yeah, no, I put Bianca on like 7 out of the last 8 lists. she missed the list one night, and you guys are outraged. For another black queen who deserved it.
And Jade definitely did deserve it. I was gonna say Jade over Bianca last night. I agree, Jade was better than Bianca, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Sam Irvin, who looked just as she looks.
Wow, so WeTooDeep over here is trying to like combat black queens against each other. That's crazy. You were trying to combat women of color against each other, okay? Which is crazy.
I guess. But Sam looked like she looked every other week. Sam looked like she does every other week.
She looked better than she did last week.
Sam wasn't there last week.
Exactly.
But let's end Raw talking about Bron Breakker. This motherfucker is the greatest. He needs to be world champion. I'm 100% sold on this. Give this motherfucker the belt. I don't care how you got to do it. Have Jey Uso win the IC title. I don't give a fuck. At least to make him seem important. Bron Breakker needs to be world champion right now. He's the greatest thing on the main roster to me. Just my opinion. Any final thoughts from Raw or SmackDown?
R.I.P. to Jey Uso's title chance because he was the last person standing on their final meetup, and he touched the title. Jey Uso not winning. That's my final thoughts on Raw.
Okay.
Justice for Rhea for baddie of the night.
Man,
all right, because you guys are hating on
if you like dudes, if you like girls that look like dudes, just say it, man.
We're
not gonna sit here and act like you didn't say that Shayna Baszler was better than Natty last night.
Okay, you add the context. I was trolling Natty. I was trolling her. I was shitting on her. I wasn't digging up Shayna. I was just trolling Natty because if you remember, there was like 6 superstars on the screen, and I include the referee and a fan member before I even put Shayna up there.
Right.
And Natty.
Yeah, but even in a troll, like you could troll Natty, but Shayna Baszler like 100 on a list of 10. She's not even on the list.
Okay, but what's a bigger way of trolling Natty than putting Shayna above her?
I don't know. The record's gonna say that you put Shayna above Natty, and that's all I got. That's all that's gonna matter. But we're gonna transition into this one question from B Master. He asked over the weekend. He said, "Do you think after this WWE TNA team up that both companies should think about merging under one flag while continuing to do their own thing? That way TNA gets the exposure of being on a larger scale and WWE can get the history and library of TNA."
If I'm not mistaken, isn't TNA already owned by TKO?
ROH is.
TKO?
Yeah, ROH is owned by by TKO, sorry. No. ROH is done by Tony Khan. The library, I do believe part of it is owned by WWE. So I'm 100% of the opinion that if and when TNA decides to finally let go, TKO is going to own it within the next 2 years. There's no merging. There's no doing their own separate thing. I think what's eventually going to happen is TNA is going to become the developmental brand for WWE. And NXT will, and maybe they merge the two together. I don't know, but I think if anything happens, WWE is going to buy TNA and they're going to run it similar to how like Tony Khan runs ROH, where it sort of is just sign up for Peacock. Because the only thing that really makes sense to have TNA for is the library. That's the only thing that you can really make money from. I think if anything, WWE buys it, keeps the superstars they want, keeps the library. That way they could put it on Peacock or Netflix. And then...
Ooh, really, I got an idea for you. I'm about to cook for you. All right, so you have NXT and TNA both be your developmental territories. So, and you kind of have one as a feeding ground for Raw and the other as a feeding ground for SmackDown. But the way you kind of like break it up is NXT is like your college recruit, like your athlete recruits.
Right.
And TNA is your indie guy recruits. You know what I'm saying? Your indie scene wrestlers who you need to, transform into the WWE way.
Right.
Or if, say like you have a talent like a Will Ospreay, not him, but someone who has his talent but isn't as big of a name, you know what I'm saying? You bring him over to TNA and he could do all his indie stuff, but under the WWE umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that's where you put your indie guys, your indie vets, and your indie superstars. You put them on TNA, and you put your college athlete recruits on NXT, and you train those guys from the ground up. Yeah,
I like that. I like that idea. I kind of wish I kind of just want them to leave NXT alone, but that's a little bit selfish of me because that's my brand. But we're gonna go to our new segment called Food for Thought that we started last week. As always, Wavy D's not gonna know these questions till as we're recording live. I haven't even thought about this. I literally just created this question right before you went live. All right. So the question this week is, if you had to pick one meal to eat for the rest of your life, the only thing you can eat, what's it going to be?
Number 4 from Wendy's.
I don't even know what the number 4 is. That the Baconator or?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been to Wendy's in like 2 months.
Right.
I think it's number 4. It's either number 4 or number 10. I forget which one. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm getting the Baconator, either a double or triple Baconator from Wendy's, with a large fry and a large strawberry lemonade.
Oh my dude, that's literally my order every single time I go. That strawberry lemonade is fire.
Yeah, I'm getting that, or I'm getting. Let's see, so some type of like chicken tenders, some sauced up chicken tenders.
Yeah,
some curly fries. Depending on the place.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that's literally my answer. It's tendies and fries. You can't beat a good chicken tender and fries.
Or a good burger.
Right. Like, I know it's a little childish, but like tendies and fries. That's all I need. I could live on that.
I fuck with pizza too. You give me the right pizza,
the right place. You got that good pizza up north. I got the
I'm in Connecticut. Connecticut has the best pizza in the world. Best pizza on average.
Okay.
You can walk into a random pizza shop in Connecticut, and you're like 8 out of 10 times gonna get a good pizza. We have the best pizza on average.
Heard. I guess I need to go to Connecticut then.
But Barstool says that New Haven, Connecticut is the pizza country of the pizza capital of the country.
Look, if my dude Pointnoy said that you guys are the pizza capital, I'm gonna trust him because he's an expert at pizza.
Bro, we got 3 or 4 pizza shops in the same country. In the same city, same town, like within like 5 miles of each other, that all got 9.1s and higher, or 8.8s and higher.
Ooh, y'all got them good bagels up there too.
Ami's Bagels. You know about Ami's Bagels, boy. Shout out to Sally's Pizza. Shout out to Modern. Shout out to Bar. Shout out to Pepe's Pizza. Shout out to Dominic and Pia's. Shout out to Dominic and Vinny's. Shout out to Vincenzo's. Yo, Connecticut got the pizza, bro. On deck.
All right, I gotta go get some pizza from up north then, because we ain't got shit down here.
You got thick women in tractors.
Basically.
If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady.
All right, so we're gonna, with that, speaking of ladies, we're gonna transition into Thirsty Tuesday. We on our finals for the men's bracket. It's Trick Williams versus Roman Reigns. Who you got?
This is the finals?
It's the finals.
I thought we already voted. I'll take Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
You going Roman?
Yeah. He's a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Tattooed, beard, long hair. He a man's man.
I feel you. Just so this can be a Discord vote, I'm going to go Trick. Just because I want the Discord to decide this. Now, with this, we're going to pause until October. We'll do this during the live stream. The new bracket we're going to do, I'll start it during the live stream October 1st. I'll break the whole bracket. We're going to have a whole fucking night to talk about shit. So we'll break down the bracket, but we're going to do something different this time. It's going to be sort of pop culture celebrities. We're doing females. So, but the way we're going to do this is, instead of me picking all 32 women, I'm going to pick 16. Wavy D going to pick 16. He going to send me his list.
I'm about to see some crazy ones, like some hear me outs.
And it's going to be, essentially it's going to be the first round, me versus Wavy D. So we're technically not going to vote, but we're going to try to convince you on why you should vote for our celebrity. So as soon as Wavy D gets me that list, I'll get the bracket made. October 1st is when we'll start that. And then if Wavy D wants it to be fair and wants to send me the pictures he wants me to use of each of them, that way it's fair.
Yeah, this man about to get the worst pictures of my baddies.
Then he can do that as well. But with that,
Ooh.
Well, yeah, that's what we got for the show this week. Any other final words?
I got you with a quick little segment. It's called Hear Me Out.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna give you two. You got two options. All right, you know, say hear me out. You know what I'm saying who is you trying to cadoodle with? You know what I'm saying? Kerfuffle with.
Okay.
All right, you got Leela from Futurama.
Oh boy.
She's the one-eyed alien with the purple hair.
Right.
Or you got Lola Bunny from Space Jam 1.
Oh, Lola Bunny all day.
The quick response.
We talking about like the original one or the revamp one where they took her thickness away and she just became fucking. Yeah, they revamped her and now she ain't got the curves no more.
They got Tyrese Halliburton on NXT right now.
Really?
Yeah. Tiffany Stratton cashed in on Roxanne Perez 2 minutes ago.
Really?
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, stop it. But that's it. Unless you got anything else to say.
Nah, that's it.
Nah,
fuck Tyrese Halliburton.
That's how you feel. I agree.
Let's go Celtics.
It's good. Is that I've been trying to figure out who number 4 is. That Isaiah Thomas?
Yes, sir. We got Isaiah back there, and we got Paul Pierce.
Yes, sir.
We got Rajon Rondo, and then we got Cody Rhodes. You know, what I'm saying?
That's that Nerdy D poster.
Yeah, we got a bunch of goats in the background. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about Cody, but
we got a bunch of goats back there.
All right, well, this has been another episode of the Slap and Meat Wrestling Podcast. I'll be back on Friday. You'll see Wavy D again on Tuesday. As always, join the Discord and join that conversation. Until next time, y'all have a great rest of your night.
Brother, I'm going.